boys and girls. I feel like I'm up now. Say it again. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. That I forgot the time. Anyway, good afternoon. Thank you, boys and girls. Well, I am so very pleased to be here today. But before I continue, let me tell you that I have a problem with my voice because some 6 months ago I had COVID. And it took my voice, and since then my voice hasn't come back, but I pray it'll come back again sometime. But so, if you do not understand what I'm saying, at the end, please ask me. I'll repeat it, okay? But I'm very pleased to be here. I want to thank the principal for inviting me, the third grade teacher, Miss Tasker. And I want to thank somebody else, but I'm not going to tell you who that person is because it's one of you. Okay? First, I'm here today because of Black History Month. Do we all know what Black History Month is? Yeah. Now, I'm going to be asking you some questions, and then at the end, I want you to ask me questions. Because of time, I will skip through some of what I have to say. Okay? Black History Month. Why do we celebrate Black History Month? Anybody know? The first person to stand, I'll ask you. Tell me. Good. What's your name?
Black History Month is so we celebrate the people which have been helpful for the world and other Black people.
All right. And what's your name? Okay, good. Before you leave, let me know who you are. You've won a prize, okay? Good. So today, I'm here to talk about Black History Month and why we have Black History Month, why we celebrate Black History Month. Why we celebrate Black History Month. We celebrate Black History Month to celebrate the achievements. To celebrate the achievements and the contributions that Black people made over the years. At some point, there were no history of Black people or the history of Black people in any of the textbooks. And so, I think it was 1915 that they decided, somebody realized or recognized the fact that Black people were not in our history books. And so they decided in 1915 that we'll begin to think about how we can include Black people and show their achievements and contributions to the development of this country. But first, before I go into, I'm sorry, before I go into the history and the contributions of Black people, let me introduce myself. I am Princess Reffell Conteh. I am from Africa, West Africa, and I am from a big family. My father was an African chief and was also a politician. He came from Liberia, and my mother was from Nigeria, and they both met in a small country called Sierra Leone. And so they decided to get married. They had 7 children. Out of the 7 children, there were 2 sets of twins. There were 3 girls. There were 3 boys and 4 girls. So when my parents met, it was 1939 that they met. And they decided, they scoped around the country, and they found out that there were no schools for poor children. Remember, I said for poor children. But there were schools for everybody else. At the time, it was colonialism. We had colonial masters. Who can tell me who they are? Who are colonial masters? Yes, your hand first. Yes.
No.
She's next to you. Yes, the next is
No.
the next one.
No one. Stand up, no one. Just go ahead, no one.
Yes. I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Colonial masters are people who take Africans, who take people from Africa and make them their slaves.
Thank you. They were our colonial masters who ran the different countries. They had the Germans, they had the British, they had the French, they had the Italians, and they had many others who came to Africa, divided Africa, and decided they were going to be the masters, the leaders of these countries. And so they decided that if you're poor, you should stay in the village and grow crops. And only the rich people can send their children to school. So my parents decided, no way, this couldn't happen. They decided that every child born in Africa, rich or poor, their philosophy was that every child must have equal educational opportunity, just like you do in America. And remember when that was? That was in 1939. So they decided they're going to open a school for those poor children. And parents used to send their children, for example, a distance from Syracuse, Buffalo, all these 5 different cities, to come into our city to bring their children to school. And you will have a person who is 21 years old in the class with a 5-year-old because of the importance of education. Education is very, very important. My father used to say, education is as powerful as the weapons of war. Well, what does that mean? Ooh. Somebody. They back in the back. Very good. And so therefore they decided that every child must learn. So you're 12, you're 15, you start learning ABCs. And these parents, and when they don't have a place for their children, my parents would take them in. So, in 1940, yes, you could show. In 1940, they received the license to start the school. And the school started in 1940, and up until today, we're still running that school. I will go down this way, and I will share with you what this is. This is the computer science lab that my brother just started. He was a professor in mathematics, computer science, and electronic engineering at the University of Texas. And he decided, my parents have a school, why am I here? So he took an early retirement and went back to school, to Africa. And with his own money, he put together, because our school didn't have any computers, he put together computer science. And our school starts at pre-kindergarten to 12th grade, and then we have 13th grade, and we have 14th grade. 13 and 14 are an equivalent of what a two-year college in America is. We have over 700 students, and we have over 84 teachers and staff. And this school now, when my parents passed on, if you could put it down, and so it's more focused. Yeah, these are those are the teachers. They are learning computer science, and oh no, that's the school. So, anyways, our school has now become a math, science, technology, and engineering school. And that's our focus now. Because you know where the future is going. Who could tell me where the future is going? The future of education. Yes? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, very good. Somebody else? Yeah. In total. So, go ahead. Very good. Excellent. Yes? Yes? Yes. That's where I'm going. Okay.
It's also like back then the poor people didn't have they did what the poor people did before. But now the poor people can't do it.
Very good. Oh, you got some smart kids here. Let me come over here for a minute. Yeah. No, I can't hear you. Very good. That's where I'm going. The world globally is going towards technology. We are very advanced. But us in Africa, we don't have much of that advancement. So we are trying to, and my brother decided to put together, and here he's also training the teachers. Okay? So anyways, let me just move on a little bit because, again, our school, as I said, is a private school, 100% owned by the family. We do not work with the government because we do not want government to give us money and then someday come back and want to take our school. Our school is 82 years old. And any teacher who's retiring, you want something to do, you contact me. And those who, during your vacation, you take a leave of absence, we welcome you. We have right now up to 27 children, high school children, and some of their teachers and principals sometimes, that goes to our school the last 7 years. And they go and they train the children what they do in Brighton, and then they put a big show for the whole school, like I'm doing. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, so I came to America. I went to school in Italy because I was going to go into theater. But after theater, most young girls, they follow love instead of following their careers in those days. Not now. Now the young girls, know what they do? Say, no, I'm going to college. I'm going to get my education, and I'll meet you later. And sometimes they find the right person in college. But I had known my husband in Africa. We were in high school. He was a little ahead of me. And he had come to America to go to medical school, because those days we didn't have medical schools. And he came here, I went to Italy, and then later on, I gave up my career, and I followed him to America, and we got married, and we have a son. And my son is here today with you, and my granddaughter, but I ain't going to show you until later. Now let's move on. Yeah. Order for 1930. These are the kids, their sports day. Okay? So we just showed that, and in a few minutes, we're going to have the best of the best today. Hey, I want you to put your hands up and cheer these young people coming up. They're your friends, they're your classmates. Cheer them up when they come out. And they have volunteered to be models for you. And you're going to see something today. And when we are done, our principal is going to be coming out as well in an African gown. Have you seen her in an African gown before? No way. But we're going to see her today. And we're going to see these young people come out, and we're going to put the music on for them to come out. And when we are done, I want you all to stand up, because you're going to be part of this show, this program, so that I want you to dance to the music, and I want you to get something out of it so you can take it home and tell your parents and remember the special day, Black History Month. Thank you. And your models are going to be coming out. One. to read. This past summer, she read 35 books. And we always ask to write and give us feedback on each book. This is my son, Tijay Conteh. And TJ, we call him TJ, his name is TJ. And if anybody remember teachers, if you remember TJ in South Africa, I named it after my son. But now he had just moved back to Rochester from Albany. He's a senior corporate lawyer for a global company. And his wife is a special medical administrator. So they were living in Albany and they decided to move back to Rochester. So we're continuing our Black History Month program. Thank you, TJ and Rebecca. Those who have photographs, we're going to be printing their pictures, put them on your campus so you can all enjoy them as you pass through the halls. Your principal, your principal will soon be up here, and what I need you all to do is to stand, and we're going to be playing this music, and I want you all to dance and enjoy the day. So today you will always remember Black History Month and the French elementary school.
2 weeks, 4 weeks, I go to different schools and universities, locally and nationally. So, and one day, we'll meet again, maybe in your church or your parents' organization somewhere in the city. I want you to give your principal a big hand again.